Good afternoon. My name is Robert Davidson. This is my entertaining speech for my Introduction to Speech class. Today's speech is going to be on the legend of the Chupacabra. Today I'll describe the Chupacabra, tell you about the legend, give you a brief history, as well as some eyewitness accounts, and then I'm going to tell you lastly why all this is important to you. Imagine, if you will, a typical Florida evening, somewhat humid, around 10 p.m. or so. The skies are clear, but it's pitch black outside. You're sitting in your living room when you hear a rustle from your backyard. Deciding to check it out, you make your way to the wood line, still hearing the rustling noise just beyond view. As you approach, you see what looks like the body of a small animal. Then you realize it's your neighbor's dog, looking like it was drained of all its blood from two vampire-like holes in its neck. Then, from a bush just beyond where you stand, two glowing eyes peer at you. There's a hissing noise, and the thing that was there scurries away back through the woods. You have just met the Chupacabra. Here's a picture. See, kind of tough to see, of the Chupacabra. According to Animal Planet's, the legend of El Chupacabra began when goats and chickens started turning up dead in Puerto Rico around the 1990s. They were drained of blood from puncture wounds in their neck. And since then, there have been dozens of incidents matching those descriptions. The sightings have been documented all the way from Puerto Rico to Florida. The origins of the Chupacabra are still unknown, but theories range from it being a mutilated animal to a government experiment and possibly an alien life form, like a pet or something that was left behind years and years and years ago. There's even a story that NASA has actually captured or found some of the Chupacabra eggs in a nest, and they're raising them now on their own. The description of the Chupacabra itself, according to Animal Planet's lost tapes, varies, but there has been a common theme among eyewitnesses. It's a blood-sucking beast, mostly gray and lizard-like. It's reported to stand 3 to 4 feet tall, walking mostly in an upright position. It has large fangs, which are hollow and used to drain its victims of blood, and a forked tongue with large quills running down the spine of its back. Information from the history of El Chupacabra that was written by Mark Herman gives one eyewitness account of the Chupacabra. According to Herman's articles in Guanica, a 44-year-old man named Osvaldo Claudio Rosado reportedly claimed to have been grabbed from behind by a gorilla. The only problem with that is there are no gorillas that live in Puerto Rico. It is not an indigenous species to that area. After fighting off the creature, Rosado needed treatment for scratches and cuts around the torso. Recently after that, many of the chickens and cows in the area were found dead from puncture wounds to the neck, and the blood from these animal victims was simply gone. Another sighting from the crystallinks.com tells us of a hotel employee in 2006 named Mallory Pauls of Albuquerque, New Mexico, who was startled by a noise when at work around 7 a.m. She glanced up to the 6th floor of the Marist Suites hotel that she was working at and saw two glowing red eyes peering down at her. She said it looked like a gargoyle and smelled of sulfur. This creature scared her and continued hissing. Valerie wanted to escape and ran towards her vehicle, finally making it just inside the vehicle as the chupacabra descended upon it, breaking the windshield. Whether or not the chupacabra remains real remains to be seen. But why this is important to you is if it is real and it is in Florida, then you need to know this next time you go outside at night, and keep it in mind next time you are alone in the dark. Thank you very much.